Good afternoon. Number one, with respect to the development yesterday, I will say that al-Aruri was a brutal terrorist who was centrally responsible for the attacks of October 7th, as well as other attacks against innocent civilians leading back to well before October 7th. With respect to the explosions in Iran today, what I'll say, we have been following the reports rather closely. We don't have any independent information to offer on them. We do express our sympathies to the victims and their loved ones who died in this horrific explosion. As I said, it's too early, at least for us, to be able to say what might have caused it.
Whether or not that is in line with your wish to prevent the conflict from spreading.
The United States was not involved in any way, and any suggestion to the contrary is ridiculous. And number two, we have no reason to believe that Israel was involved in this explosion.
Why not?
We just do not have any information to believe that that's the case.
Did someone suggest that they were? I mean, other than the...
We have seen multiple accusations related to both supposed fictional United States involvement, right. And as I said, we have no reason to believe Israel was involved either.
And what about on Beirut?
I don't have an assessment to make about who was responsible for that incident. I'll leave it to the government of Israel to speak to their actions.
Turn this into the regional confrontation, regional conflict that you had been publicly saying you wanted to avoid.
We remain incredibly concerned, as we have been from the outset of this conflict, about the risk of the conflict spreading into other fronts, both inside Israel, whether it be in the north or whether it be in the West Bank, or outside of Israel, in other countries in the region, which is why you've seen the Secretary engage in intensive diplomacy to try to urge all of the relevant parties not to escalate the conflict, and other countries and other groups in the region not to escalate as well. I wouldn't say that our concern is any higher today than it has been from the beginning. It's been something that we've been intensely focused on.
Also, you have no information that Israel's involved, so are you entertaining the fact that Israel could have been involved? You just don't know yet?
We just do not have any information. We have no information to suggest that they were.
Have you spoken with Israeli officials since this morning?
We speak to Israeli...
Have they denied it?
We speak to Israeli officials multiple times every day, and I won't get into those conversations, but as I said, we don't have any information to believe they were involved.
Do you have any reaction to those comments, and how concerned are you about any reaction from Hezbollah?
So we have seen Hezbollah launching strikes across the border into Israel since, well, of course, since before October 7th, but we certainly have seen them ramped up since October 7th. You've seen Israel respond, of course. There have been strikes back and forth across the blue line going back for months now. It is why we have sent this very direct message to Hezbollah, to other entities in the region, that now is not the time to think of escalating further. And you've seen us take deterrent steps to deliver that message. You've seen us take diplomatic steps to deliver it. We'll continue to deliver it. I don't want to respond specifically to every comment they make, because they've made comments in the past of similar nature, but we continue to believe it is not in Hezbollah's interest, just as it is not in Israel's interest, to escalate this conflict in any way.